Please allow me first to quote this gentle lady's words. Our broadcast is for national security. I'm very encouraged to hear that, just like my colleague, Xiaoyar Zhang. Last summer, I went to Beijing. I worked as a correspondent in VOA Mandarin Beijing office for 7 weeks. I was shocked to watch some Chinese military experts and the generals in their military uniforms openly talking on national TV about the so-called American threats to China's national security and how China should respond to such threats. In my 20 more years as a journalist covering China issue, I have never seen such a kind of hostility towards the United States and this kind of degree of demonizing of the United States. On this critical period of time, BBG made the decision to cut VOA China. That is well recognized as the most powerful tool of the United States to win heart and mind of the Chinese people. My question is to anybody who make the decision and to support the decision to cut China, VOA. Do you think this decision to cut China, VOA, is responsible for the best interest of the United States and responsible for the future of this country? In about 10 to 20 years, perhaps there's a war between China and the United States, God forbid that. Who will pay the price for today's mistake? You or the children of this country? Thank you.
Thank you. I think we probably fundamentally disagree that this is a mistake. I think, as I said at the outset, that what we're doing actually is directionally quite right and will be much more effective in reaching the China, especially of tomorrow. You know, your children, my children, our grandchildren, et cetera. Those are the folks that we're going to be able to speak to, and I think in a fairly meaningful way. But I appreciate your comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, please.
My name is Yibing Feng from Mandarin Service. Just now, you kept saying that the restructuring by the BBG is targeting the younger generation in China, who are more skillful players of the internet. But what about the older generations? And are you aware that China is fast becoming an aging society, with most people do not have the access of the internet?
Right. No, thank you. Again, yes, we're talking about trends and being able to meet those trends when the federal budget cycle sort of takes place. So we're having to plan 2-3 years out for what's likely to be happening. There's no doubt about it. There are people in China who do not use the internet, do not have access to the internet. There are people in China who, I don't know if they have access to shortwave. My understanding is there are very few radios sold with shortwave band available on them now. But the number of people who use it, we know, is small. We know that. We know that the number of people who are using the internet, and they do happen to be younger. It is a generational kind of thing. But those numbers are increasing.
But you're planning to cut the radio shortwave broadcast and the TV broadcast on October 1st this year, which happens to be the National Day of the Communist Party's regime.
Timing is everything. Again, this is a proposal to do this. I just can't emphasize enough this is a proposal. Frankly, in anybody's experience, is if the proposal were to be accepted by Congress, the likelihood that Congress will pass a budget in time for all that to happen on October 1st, I think, is not high. But it's a good point. I take it. Thank you.